Hello and welcome back to the channel. In the last episode of the Iron Man progress videos, we got the last items needed to start the Infernal grind, and I am here in the Inferno. And this is actually my first attempt. I will be keeping a death counter on the screen, and we are going to go through each of my deaths, and eventually I'll be getting the cape, because I will not be ending this video until I get my Infernal cape. My first death was to a single blob where I had to brew and didn't realize that after I brewed it would lower my stats, and since I restored only after equipping my wand, it reverted back to bash attack, so I ran up to attack the blob, got hit by the ranger, came back, panicked, and got smacked a bunch, because bloblets freaking hurt. My second death was even earlier than my first death, and this was also due to bloblets. Seriously, bloblets hurt. This next death, I managed to graduate into 2 blobs at the same time instead of a single blob killing me, and this is just because, again, I didn't know what I was doing when it came to flicking blobs, and here I was trying to one-tick flick, and I just wasn't flicking fast enough. This next one is a wave 31 death. I started off, I went for the nibblers, a melee spawned to my east, and a blob spawned to my west. Now, this was before I knew how to safe spot the melee, so I panicked and ran around the pillar and ended up, almost getting smacked by the melee. Didn't happen. Then I do realize I can alternate one-tick flick, but I didn't ever do this fast enough at the time, so then I ended up screwing it up and dying. Didn't matter, I would have died anyway after that. I managed to make it a lot farther on my next attempt, making it to wave 47. I had at this point, all of the spawns that I had, I couldn't understand how to solve. This was no exception. I really did not know what I was doing here. Some weird-ish stuff happened with the bat. I'm pretty sure it should have died multiple times. I think it was actually just something wrong with the plugin, thinking I hit higher than I actually did. But the melee dug, I had no idea what I was doing. I actually ran out of run energy there. I'm taking a lot of hits right now. I have no idea how it's happening. I'm obviously very panicked here. I somehow managed to finish off the bloblets, but then the melee digs again, and my brain fully shuts down at that point. So I end up dying here. There's a lot I still needed to learn, so these early deaths are learning tools. In this next death, I've already made it back to wave 47. I had to deal with one bat that spawned to my east, and there was a blob that spawned to my west, so I was basically just tanking hits from the blob while I prayed range. By the time I was able to kill the bat, the nibblers had unfrozen, so I went after them, drew out the second bat, and at that time the melee digs, and then it's just all over from there. My next death takes me back to wave 31, where I got a melee spawning on one side that I just didn't understand. I ran around the pillar, and at this point in time, I still haven't really figured out blobs. I think a little bit, but then I hadn't figured out melee safe spots, so I died. This next death sees me all the way at wave 63, and I just wanted to try to talk about a little bit more of what I would do instead of what I ended up doing. I figured out how to flick the blobs relatively well. I'm trying to figure out what to do now. Then I'm going to kill the nibblers, which I do try to do, and I still have my wand set to blood barrage instead of ice barrage, which was actually my first mistake. I didn't actually freeze the blobs. Instead of going back down to the safe tile that I could have shot them from, I ended up clicking right out, and it dragged me out, which got me attacked by the ranger, which I went into a little bit of a panic mode and didn't really understand what I needed to do next. I could have walked back behind the pillar and I would have been fine, killed the blob. There were definitely things I could have done better, including going to the other side of the pillar and dealing with the mage and the blob. It sucks to die here. I've learned so much from doing all the Infernal attempts that I think it was actually worth it at this point. I am much better at the game. For this next death, we're back on wave 53, and I actually almost played this one right. Made the wrong first choice there by stepping out and down instead of just right where the blob was. And after that, I actually don't have any idea what I'm doing now. I just panicked because my first plan didn't work. Honestly, it's just because I didn't commit to it. I was trying to face the mage and the blob at the same time, and just, yeah, I just panicked. From the last death until this death, a little over 10 days had passed. I had gotten COVID and gotten very sick and actually didn't play the game for like 8 whole days. And then I came back and sent a lot of like really low level waves, like 20s and 30s, until I made it here to 59. And honestly, wave start looking pretty good. I avoided the melee, but nope, I actually didn't move to the right tile. Oh no, the ranger sees me. Now I've very much panicked at this point. I could have just run behind the pillar and prayed melee, but it's too late. Like, my brain had committed to standing out here and safe spotting the melee instead of actually trying to solve the wave. And I tanked a ton of hits here. I was trying to flick between them, and then of course the mage respawns this, and I take a bat hit, and it's over. This one actually isn't a death. This is just one of my first successful attempts at flicking a stack, and I'm just kind of proud of it and just wanted to show it. I managed to make it back to wave 63, and I have a pretty solid early wave solve, and I've actually done a great job at managing the situation that I'm currently in. I move over and off tick the mage and the ranger kind of on the fly. I'm flicking between them well. I did miss not perfectly, because I obviously missed a few ticks, and this right here really messed me up. So the melee got resummoned, and you'll see why it messes me up in a second, because I'm trying to deal with the ranger. I've got the idea, flick back and forth, and everything is technically working, but I've forgotten about the melee. And I'm kind of just trying to deal with this. I could have been thinking ahead and trying to solve for the melee digging, but I just didn't. I was just hoping I could DPS it, and it just didn't work. Also, this one comes with a live reaction.
No, fuck.
I remember this next death as being stricken by bad internet at the time and also bad luck. So I was having a lot of issues where there was like multiple seconds of freezing going on. Partly the reason that my pillar got so low is because it happened a few times and nibblers were able to just chomp away at the pillar. I am in some way blaming bad internet, but also at the same time, if I've let my pillar get like this and I'm not already on wave like 64, then I'm pretty much screwed anyway. So yes, it froze here for an extended period of time, which caused me, of course, to die. But that pillar was going down one way or the other. All it took was one set of nibblers to make it to that pillar on one wave in the next 10 waves, and I would have been dead. My very next attempt, I made it all the way to triples. And this, of course, was my first time at triple Jads, and I felt decently confident here. Very nervous, of course. I hadn't quite figured out like the precise timing of when to swap prayers, but I'm managing okay here. What gets me is the spawn of the healers was different than what I was expecting, and I did not know how to handle it. Instead of focusing on tagging all of the healers and then getting back on Jad, I kept trying to get back on Jad as soon as possible, and it kept messing me up. And I never noticed that there were healers still healing Jad the entire time I was doing this. And Jad gets back to full health pretty much. I actually tank a Jad hit here, but I do manage to get one down. And 2 Jads is easier than 3, right? Maybe not. After 6 more deaths, I finally made it back to triples, and this time I knew what I was doing when it came to the healers. Or at least for the first Jad. The second Jad healers actually spawned in another way that I wasn't expecting, and I again did not know how to handle it, and I did not know how to think on my feet, and it cost me dearly. only 2 deaths separated my second and my third triples attempts. And this time I was actually successful in making it to Zuck for the first time.
Damage. Please do damage. Please do damage. Please do damage. Oh, come on, come on, come on. Hit him, hit him, hit him, hit him. Die, 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 die. Please. Dude, come on, 22, please. 22, it's all I need. Come on. Yes! Yes, motherfucker! Oh my god, right at the end, right before leagues, let's fucking go! Fuck you, Zuck! Oh my god. Oh, one and done. Oh, it's beautiful. I love it. I can't believe it. Yes, dude. Yes. First fucking try it, Zuck. Oh, my nerves. I'm shaking. Yes! I can move on with my life. 1,000 collection logs. Let's fucking go. Holy shit. Yes. Ah, Infernal Haver. Let's go. Dude, that was insane. That was insane. Let's go. Hold on, let me figure out how to pull this up. Additional left monitor. Oh, that's a lot of monitor. Well, there you go. You can see it. I had a lot of wave 60s. I died twice to triples, and then 33 is the magic number. There we go. Fuck you, Zuck. I can't. Oh man, I'm shaking. And then I gotta leave, so I can't even like super celebrate. But for you, it'll be 1 second. For me, it's gonna be like a couple hours. But let's fucking go, man. Well, I am back now, and again, Infernal Cape is so nice. But you know what's even nicer is an Infernal Max Cape. So we are gonna go and get another Max Cape and make that Infernal. And I have a bunch of stuff saved up. I have 16 mystery boxes. I have quite a few collection logs that I've just been waiting to redeem for this moment. 157 brimstone keys. We might get lucky and get a piece of Dusk Mystic. This is for the rest of the log for the Colossal Worm course. What else? I've got a few other things. I can get the rest of the collection log for Mastering Mixology. Yeah, there's a bunch. So let's go get our Max Cape. All right, another Max Cape, and I believe at this point I can just combine them. Yes, combine this cape with your Max Cape and lose the Infernal Cape. Oh no! That does mean that if I want an Infernal Cape after Sailing comes out, I gotta do it again. Or Max. But on task, eventually with Tebow and Masori and stuff, that's gonna be pretty easy actually. Because I'll be honest, once I really learned it, which I kind of had to because I kept getting unlucky, not that bad. It's not that bad. A lot of nerves going into triples, which obviously is why I died that first time. But with all the red and stuff, that looks so cool. And then like the hat too. That doesn't look as cool because that one doesn't glow. This hat looks cooler. Oh, that's so sick. All right, let's see what next. Let's go do. Okay, I gotta go buy another graceful set, so we'll do that. Okay, at the Colossal Worm Agility course now, and we can buy ourselves the Teleport Scroll and the Recolor. Spam the chat, collection logs. There's 7 more. And then, honestly, I don't really care about this. I'm just going to drop it. Whoa, how much is this? Okay, maybe I'll drop it over. Yeah, 60k. I can drop that over at some point. And then what next? From here, I just want to buy Amylase packs. I guess I can just afford 2. This is the perfect course for doing Amylase. It's faster Amylase per hour than Ardoin. And the experience per hour is not as good, but it's more AFK, so it's good. All right, time for the monkeys. Now, honestly, I did this, the 2,000 laps, I did like 6+ months ago. It's been a long time. We're at 2004. I've gotten 4 elite steps there since finishing 2000. And I believe I just click through these. Yeah, there we go. Transform. 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 Come on, come on. And transform. Okay. Not as cool. I mean, that's pretty cool, but that's cooler. All right, Brimstone chest. And we've done this 121 times. This will make just a little over 270. Oh, another Broken Dragon Hosta. That's my second one. Ooh, Dust Top. Let's go, man. The rate of these is like 1 in 400 or something like that. I think so. 1 in 500 maybe. Pretty rare. And of course I get the best looking piece. Let's put that bitch on. Well, kind of clips a little bit with the Dagon High, but whatever. I just panicked. I thought I got a Dagon. I got this. Just looked over my inventory and saw an extra item. Final 3 keys. I don't care if I get anything else because we actually got a piece, so I'm very happy with that. Lots of dragon ammo. Oh, that reminds me, I have to take the dragon darts out of my blowpipe. I don't want to be wasting those on just like random content. I didn't use very many. I didn't use the blowpipe all that much. I used it whenever I got in a sticky situation with like a melee and a blob on me, or melee and a ranger or something like that, but I didn't actually use it all that much. I used both of them most of the time. Yeah, this is not bad for loot. Let's see. Let's do a, I guess, I don't know if I want to do a price check because it's typically just 100k per key, but let's do that in there. This is not accurate because I also have stuff in the seed box. And can I empty it? Oh, I can empty it. I can put everything in there. That'll be fun. Wrong thing. There we go. 16 mil. 160 keys. That tracks. I think I'm most excited, well, besides the collection log, about the steel. I love making cannonballs. Ooh, that's another thing that I can work on now is the champion scrolls. That's nice AFK content, getting champion scrolls. Well, here's another fun one I can do with the bank. Let's open 16 mystery boxes. Ooh, we're on a roll. Flyer, onion, old boot, body, single body rune, bucket. Holy shit, these are terrible. Give me a clue scroll. Hey, clue scroll. And why is the last one always nothing? Or at least it is a lot. Oh well. I can't believe I had to dismiss 2 different baguettes. One of those could have been my stale baguette, but I did not want to get anything other than the Infernal Cape on 1000, so I had to do it. Huh. I have 3 max capes in my cape rack. Why do I have 3? Okay. Well, I guess I'll just take them out and put them in my regular bank. I did not realize I had so many max. It's 10 mil in max capes on top of the extra ones. Holy freaking crap. Ooh, I changed my mind. Instead of going to mastering mixology right away, let's end it on that because I know that's guaranteed logs. What I'm gonna do is I have a lot of crystal shards. I'm gonna open 200 crystal chests. It's gonna take a minute, but I have all the keys and we can just get a ton of experience. And we'll do, I think 200 chests I expect back with the boosts that they gave to crystal shards and like the crystal acorns and everything. I'm going to get back most of those crystal shards, so I'm not really worried about it. Oh, so satisfying. 13,000 experience in each too. I am absolutely not expecting another piece. We've already gotten one piece in 54 opens, and these are 1 out of 500. Each individual piece is 1 out of 2,500, and we already have a top. So this will probably just be 200 dragon stones. Oh my god, I forgot my keys. Holy shit, that gave me 5 crystal acorns, and each one of those gives like 25 to 30 crystal shards. Okay. And that's all the keys. That's 200 keys. Let's see. Does the loot tracker track these? It does. So we managed 811 crystal shards back from that. I only did get 5 crystal acorns, so that's a little disappointing, but that's about, what is that, about 150 extra? So that's half. Okay, so I went from 2,000 to 1,000, basically. All right, well, that's okay. It did give me a lot of stuff. I managed to get, it's about 1,000 of each runes, 52 rune ore, 3,000 gold, and a few other things. I got a lot of keys back as well. And it's not bad. It is just a big gamble roll. This is like retirement home Iron Man activities here because, you know, the crystal shards are needed for upkeeping of potions. Speaking of, I still have 600 doses of prayer regen left. Oh man, that is crazy. That is for future Inferno attempts when I am on task and I have like Tebow or Masori. Well, I guess one kind of goes into the other. Honestly, I can see myself doing it again. Will I do it the first time I get a task? No, I'm actually still working on finishing off the Tazar log, which if we go to other and Tazar, I still need the obsidian helmet to finish this. And then after that, I want to go for Jad Pet. And then after that, I definitely will do Inferno. If it looks like I need to do Inferno before, because Saline comes out and I want another cape to be able to use it, I'll consider it then. But for now, honestly, I'm just happy that I can go back to vibing and doing whatever the heck I want, not having to worry about killing an imp because it might drop a collection log. It's crazy how that happened, but whatever. There's a bunch of combat tasks that I can get from the fight caves, and that's probably what I'll focus on first just because they're easier. Obviously, I can do them in like 30 minutes versus 2 hours. I mean, that cape took me 2 hours. Yes, I could do it faster on task, but do I want to is the question. And right now there's other easier, less intensive things I could be doing, and I'm definitely going to be doing those. I will do it when I want to and not before. All right, let's green log mastering mixology. We just need the alchemist equipment here. Buy one of each of these, 3 new collection logs, and now that should be green logged. Oh, it's in mini games. I kept thinking it was in other. 3,200, 3,300 orders fulfilled. A lot of those obviously went to Aldarium, which we used for our prayer regeneration potions, but it's all worth it. And another green log. I can green log mage training arena now, gnome restaurant. There's so many easy collection logs to get. I probably should just go get this. This will take like 2 seconds, so let's go get that one. And just like that, Brimhaven voucher for another collection log. Easy. Now, I have a few more collection logs I could pretty easily get that I am not going for right this second. I have like creature creation. That's not that easy, but bird hunting, that's pretty easy. What else? My notes. This will be for the Dragon Fullhelm grind at some point in the future. There's a few Slayer items I could tick off really easily. There's lots of collection logs that I could get that I'm not going to get right this second. I just wanted to kind of go through all the things that I had been saving up for over a month now. I mean, some of these things I've been saving up for a lot longer just because I had been waiting on either needing to go to 1100 or just waiting on the Infernal Cape in general. A quest actually came out at some point during this Inferno grind. This is the Curse of Arav, or Arav. I need to go do that to get the trim back on the achievement cape and be able to use my quest point cape again. And then bank tab layouts got nuked at some point during my grind, so I had to convert everything to inventory setups, which is actually fine because this is a superior version and it can access the potion storage as long as I open it at least the first time. So it can access the potion storage. I no longer have to like go back and forth or keep placeholders in my bank. It just pulls directly from the potion storage, which is very nice. And it's a little bit easier to click on the thing that I need. Oh, yeah, before I forget, let's take out those darts from the blowpipe. Unload. I used about 250 darts in total because we had about 5,800, 5,900. So that's actually not too bad. Now I've got 5,900 for like Grandmaster combat tasks, I guess. When we eventually start pushing for... I'm going to start pushing for Master. There's a lot of combat tasks left to get from Slayer still, just regular Slayer. Well, maybe not a lot, but there's definitely a good 50 or so points to get. There's so much Slayer that I need to do. Right now I've got a Grotesque Guardians and a Calphite Queen task. I'm probably going to chip away at those. We'll see if I get anything. Otherwise, probably not going to be any clips of those. What else? I want to start going to Tob now that I got my Infernal Cape, even though I don't think I even use Infernal Cape in Tob. Oh yeah, of course I do. It's mostly melee. So maybe we can get that Avernic upgrade, which then could eventually be used with the Master tier and be able to put the Gommel's Hilt onto the Avernic Defender, which would be super cool. What else? What are other things I want to do? Well, I just want to do random skilling. I've been working on Wintertod with fire making. I want to do Hunter, collect Hunter sacks until I obtain both the Chin and the Irby pet, and then open up all the sacks. We'll just see how many I can stack up in that time. That's something I'll do when I'm not actively PVMing. That's a great thing to do on the side when I'm just trying to chill. I want to do some more Konar Slayer to get, not necessarily for the Brimstone keys, but because I want a Dragon Harpoon. And also we need the Hydra's Tail to greenlock Hydra. One of the things I've always been doing is processing all the crap that I have in this tab. And I guess I have a few things in here that I need to process. One of the other random things I'd worked on or have been doing recently is thieving Vires, and the main reason for that is just to have like an infinite source of blood shards. Also, it's a really good thieving experience. It's like 240k an hour, which is pretty damn good. I don't think I'm going to do Arty Course anymore because my whole point of not doing Sepulchre is to get Amylase crystals, and those are better gotten through termites than Marks of Grace. So probably just going to have 2 Marks of Grace forever unless there's another collection log thing that comes out that requires another graceful outfit. It has been a long time in game because I can only attempt the Inferno at most once on the weekdays, and then like maybe 2 or 3 times on the weekends, and that's it. I also got really sick, and so I didn't play for like 8 full days. Well, other than just AFKing stuff like fishing. I also have not edited any of these videos, which I'm guessing by the time that you're watching this, you'll have seen them all, so it's not a big deal, but I've just been putting it off. I wanted to freaking get this, and also I'm going to be putting it off even further, and you're not going to watch this for even longer still because Leagues comes out tomorrow, and I'm 100% going to play it. I wanted to do Mage, like a Mage build, because last League that was really cool, but then they made range like so good, and now I can't pass that up. So I'm going range again. I'm going to be picking Varlamore first, then I'm going to be picking the Desert, and then I'm going to be picking Fremennik. So the Raging Echoes, there's a lot of really cool stuff coming out. The Raging Echo bosses drop really nice things, really unique things, all a bunch of unique content. DKs is like ridiculously overpowered. necklace and ring. The desert gives you a blowpipe, and that way it's a blowpipe region and it's a raid region, which is why I'm picking it. And then Varlamore lets me practice the Colosseum, because that's another... I am not locking Colosseum, the quiver, into any collection log or time commitment. It's just something I'll do when I want to do it. I'll send a attempt here and there. Sometime after leagues, you'll just occasionally see a clip whenever I feel the urge to try out that content. But that is probably the next big upgrade, that or the Avernic or whatever else from Tob. Probably not going to go back to Chambers for a little while still. Maybe I will to get Augury. I still haven't finished the prayer book. And who knows, maybe I'll get a T-bow, which will help with the Colosseum. Plan on AFKing Syrachnus and a bunch of... There's just so much that I want to do that I haven't done because potential collection logs have locked me out. So I've really just done a bunch of skilling. I've gotten, honestly, I think 8 million fire making experience, a bunch of cooking experience. I've gotten a few more million wood cutting experience. I've gotten millions of thieving and herblore experience. I've really gone up in a lot of different skills. Honestly, at this point, the only skill that's not 15 mil is ironically construction, which is my first 99. And there's been a lot of quality of life stuff that's come into construction as well. So where is it? Mahogany Homes. There's been a lot of buffs to Mahogany Homes to make it a lot more enjoyable. So I'll probably process at some point more mahogany logs into planks, so that way I can do Mahogany Homes and be at base 15 mil, which is pretty cool. Another random thing, I am just absolutely unloading all the things that I've been thinking about for the past couple weeks. Oh, let's end it. There's the total experience, just shy of 700 million total experience, 1,018 collection logs. Total playtime is almost 430 days, and we have the Infernal Cape, and I am chuffed. I am absolutely so happy to have that done, especially before leagues, because if I didn't do it today, I wasn't going to do it for at least a couple weeks. I will put the stats and playtime from last episode up on the left. It's been a long journey, but we finally made it. I have been talking about Inferno for probably 30 episodes, and I finally have it. And it's so satisfying to finally have that done. I'll probably start the next episode finishing up the quest cape again and unlocking the trim on the achievement diary cape, and we will go from there. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you are finally happy like I am that I have the Infernal Cape, and until next time, have a good one.